The scriptures say, without faith, it's impossible to please God. In Hebrews chapter 11, we have the hall of faith. We have God's gamblers on faith. We have the heroes of the faith. We have the legends, the hall of faith. It's an incredible chapter, the faith chapter of the Bible. Now, in our Christian world right now, there's a theology that teaches if you have faith, you will have health, wealth, prosperity, and victory. If you're not experiencing health, wealth, prosperity, and victory, you must not have enough faith. Hebrews chapter 11, it talks about a lot of victories won through faith, and at the end of the chapter, in verse 32, the author says, "And what shall I say more? For the time would fail me to tell you of Gideon, and of Barak, and Samson, and Jephthah, and David, and Samuel, and the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, worked righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of the fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, became valiant in battle, turned the flight of the armies of the enemy. Women received their dead raised to life again." You don't get any more health, wealth, prosperity, and victory than that. But there's more to this chapter. You need to understand something. Faith could lead to health, could lead to wealth, could lead to prosperity, could lead to victory, but not all the time. Faith does not always equal health, wealth, prosperity, and victory. Often, especially for the mature Christian, faith equals endurance. It's more a matter of pain than prosperity. It's more a matter of suffering than success. It's more a matter of tragedy than triumph. It says in verse 35, "Women receive their dead raised to life again." But the verse continues, "But others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they may obtain a better resurrection. Still others had a trial of mockings and scourgings, yes, and chains and imprisonment. They were stoned. They were sawn in two. They were tempted. They were slain with a sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented. They experienced pain, not prosperity, suffering, not success, tragedy, not triumph." If you're going through a season of suffering, if you're going through a season of loss, a season of sorrow, a season of defeat, it could be God is calling you to a higher level of faith. Because faith is not only experiencing the impossible, but it's also enduring the intolerable, which is what these great heroes of the faith were all about. And notice what it says in verse 38, "Of whom the world was not worthy." The highest level of faith is this level at the end of the chapter, enduring suffering. You say, well, how on earth can you do that? What was Jesus all about? Was Jesus all about health, wealth, prosperity, and victory? I don't think so. It says in chapter 12, which is a continuation, it says, "We also, since we're surrounded with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith." He's the beginning, the end. He's the example. He's the model of faith. And it says, "Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, sat down at the right hand of the throne of Father. Consider him who endured such hostility from sinners against him, lest you become weary and discouraged in your souls." Don't get discouraged if you're going through a hard time. God may just be growing your faith, calling you to a higher level of faith. Keep your eyes on Jesus. The key to faith, the key to enduring faith, the key to endurance, the key to not getting discouraged is looking unto Jesus.